Hello everyone, my name is Zo, and I'm back to talk to you guys about my new character, the Toxic RAIN Pathfinder. Now as you know, or maybe you don't, I started this league as a raider, as a Toxic RAIN raider, and I did heist. I did quite a lot of heist, around 7-8 days, and I managed to gather, let's say, 150 divines, which is pretty good. I still did not buy any headhunters with it or something like that. I invested all those divines in other gear, like in gear for this Pathfinder. Now in the background, as you guys can see, the Pathfinder is doing the burial chambers with delirium and with as much juice as possible from the new league mechanic. The new league mechanic, by the way, is pretty good. It's actually freaking crazy of the amount of juice and like currency and drops you can get out of it. But it's also very rippy. Like even rares, if they get double juiced or triple juiced, end up being like a freaking Uber boss or something. That is why this Pathfinder is literally the tankiest magic finder I could make. Now, it's not even his final form. We still can upgrade it in many ways, especially the belt slot, because I have a rare belt. And, you know, Headhunter or Mage Blood, they're still pretty good. But as you guys can see, I still tank stuff pretty well. I still have around 50 quantity and 200 something rarity, which is good. I mean, it's not really over there with the 100 quantity magic finders, but my damage is also not 1 million, you know. My damage is sitting, whenever my full wither stacks are up, it's sitting around 7.5, 8 million DPS. So, let's talk about the character. As you guys can see, the character is a level 98 Pathfinder. Now, as I was saying, it's my heister, so I managed to level up in heist until 98 with him, which is pretty good. If we check the resistances, they are capped, way over capped in lightning and cold because of the flasks, which by the way are permanently running even in hideout. That is one of the big advantages of being a Pathfinder. You have no issues with flasks, you just have to press your divination distillate every time for the magic find, and that life and mana actually does help a bit, so for that too. Other than that, movement speed 141. It's not the biggest because I went with an attack speed roll instead of a movement speed one on my Quicksilver. Now let's check the gear and let me explain to you what I did and what I was thinking of. The boots, the Widow Hail, is just here to increase the bonuses gained from Quiver. My Quiver is not the best. I still can get quite a lot of upgrades from it if I buy another 30-40 Divine Quiver. This was, I think, 10, 12, but I bought it long time ago for my heister, so I still have it from those days. This is standard damage over time Quiver, so the rolls are these ones that I need, but I just need them to be bigger. Like that 18 chaos damage over time multi can be around 23, 24, then life can be more, movement speed can be more, and especially damage with bows can be way more, like in the 40s. So that's quite a lot of damage whenever I want to upgrade this. Also the bow can be upgraded with some corruptions. I'm looking to get that one of those in the future if I'll be able to find one. We have Ventors over here. These are really cheap because they're not that good rolls. I bought them for like 2 divines each. I need to upgrade these in the future for sure. I have a Defiance of Destiny. Like, I wanted to go with a Quanta Amulet or something, but I just couldn't. I wish I could implement the Simplex, but this amulet is just way too good. Like defensively, it helps you tank the monsters and you know, do damage with Toxic Rain, because to actually do damage with Toxic Rain you have to sit still and attack. If you're not doing this, then yeah, your damage is kind of low. But if you're doing this, your damage is fine. So this amulet is kind of mandatory. The only upgrade over here would be another corruption. We don't really read the mana region, so whatever else we can get instead of that would be good, even quantity. Helmet, standard, rarity, helmet for magic finders, but I do have a lower rarity roll because I went with the physical damage from his taken as. That together with the lightning coil does help quite a lot defensively. Like we are able to get hit for over 30k without dying, 30k physical damage, which is huge compared to what I had before on other characters, like 8-10k. Speaking of the lightning coil, it's a +4 one. I opted to get this to get as most damage out of it as possible. It was around 30 divines, but I think it's worth every penny. Boots, I need to upgrade these a bit. It's just a standard gold with a couple of chaos with an increased life corruption over here. We can get a lot better corruptions like movement speed or spell suppression and stuff. The belt is like a Pathfinder belt with flask stuff on it and a bit of resistance and a bit of life. It was quite a lot. It was like 7 divines at least start or something, but I wanted it, so yeah, I bought it then. Now I'm gonna be looking to upgrade this with a headhunter or a mageblood in the future. I'm still did not decided quite yet. As jewel, I'm just using one with life and damage over time while wielding with a two-handed weapon. And the bow is a two-handed weapon, so it works. And I choose this jewel because of the increased reservation efficiency of skills. It's not really needed, but it does make more mana available. So with this mana I can actually cast my Toxic Rain without any issues. No interruptions, so that's pretty good. For gloves, you could go with the 10 quantity gloves, but you lose too much stuff, so I went with a rare pair to get chaos res, attack speed on it, more resistances, life, and as you guys can see, the implicits are pretty good. Chaos damage over time multi, and I'm capping with that 5% chance to suppress spell damage. I am actually capping my spell suppression chance, so that's amazing. Now flasks over here, oh my god, I rotated so many flasks. If you could see my tab over here, I have bought millions of flasks with all kind of combinations, and I have rotated them like a madman to try to find the best I don't know, the best mash possible of defense and offense and rarity. And that is why, oh, this is not the best, I need this one. Yeah, and that is why these are the flasks I ended up with at the moment. I think for me right now, this is the best setup. Of course, all of them have 50 increased charge recovery. Now you don't really need 50, like 46 plus is enough, because if we check over here, we can see the flash charges gain modifier is 106. So that makes us gain 6 flex charges every 3 seconds. But that is achieved because of allocates natural remedies here, which is this flash node down here, which I also allocated because I wanted to get that remove, maim, and hinder whenever I use a flask. Now I need that. I love that mod. I love those mods because I am running delirium maps like in these burial chambers, and yeah, hinder is just such a big pain in those maps that I really wanted this. This is not the biggest DPS node or something, but the flask stuff definitely helps, and the remove maim and hinder is just a no-brainer. Alright, this is about it regarding the items. Now let's check what skills am I running. This is my Mana Force setup, which is Mana Force Arrows, Caustic Arrow, and Toxic Rain, linked to Life Tap, Void Manipulation, and Vicious Brush. This helps a bit with damage. This Toxic Rain of Withering is definitely a must-have. It helps you get to 15 stacks of Wither a lot easier and faster. I tried without this, it's just a no-brainer. Like, the damage was worse and you could feel it, so this is a must include in any Mana Forge setup. In my helmet I have my auras, Petri Blood, Malevolence, Purity of Elements, Liquid and Enlighten 4. In my chest I have Toxic Rain, it's only level 26, but yeah, that works. Vicious Proj, Mirage Archer, Void Manipulation, Cruelty, and Efficacy. Cruelty is better, by the way, better than Empower 4. So, and a lot cheaper. I still have my Empower 4 over there, but this is better for now. In my boots, we have Vitality, Arrogance, and Dread Banner. This is this reservation over here over my health. It helps defensively quite a lot, and as you guys can see, I am always on low life, so it's kind of a no-brainer to reserve my life. Now if I would be using a regular flask, yeah, and not this Divination Distillate, then yeah, you would not reserve your life. But since we are using Divination Distillate and not a big flask, a big life flask, yeah, we kind of have to. In my gloves I have Sealskin. Sealskin is really good because it protects also, like, grants immunity to bleeding. It protects you against the big bleed hits. I do have Corrupted Blood immunity also, but that immunity to bleeding does also help quite a lot. Blood Rage. Now this, while I'm not attacking over here, you can see my health goes down if I use it, but whenever we're in maps it is fine. Also if I'm using the flask, yeah, it's not going down. And the fact that Blood Rage, besides frenzy charges, also grant 20% increased attack speed is quite a big boost to our damage, so that's why I chose to use it. Another thing another aura I am using is Blasphemy with Despair. And why am I using this? Because I do have explodes in the build. I am a primalist, and I have 3 of these charms of the occultist. All of them with 15% chance to explode. So I do have 45% chance to explode. A quarter of their life as chaos damage, which is pretty good. You can see this, especially whenever you're fighting big packs of monsters with rares. You can see the life on the rares go down every time stuff explodes. Like, whenever you're fighting one single monster, it's not noticeable, but that thing is kind of rare. And on burial chambers, if you have the boss next to monsters, yeah, you can definitely tell whenever she's just left with half health because of these explosions. So I do kind of love explosions. I did not really see any streamer with explosions, but I think they're pretty good. Besides the explosions, I have a bit of blind enemies on hit chance over here. I cannot be blinded one over here. And I needed a bit of strength, so I got the strength and int on this one. What other jewels am I using besides this 3? Is a Lethal Pride with Corrupted Blood on it. This helps me get the strength I need to have a level max Petrified Blood, so that's pretty good. Now the mods, they're not that great. I do have this Fist Damage Taken as Fire, which does help a bit, and a bit more strength on these nodes, so that's okay. but nothing else crazy. Another thing I am using is a Thread of Hope, which is large, and it also have a mana reservation efficiency on it. And it's not the best Thread of Hope in the world, it only gives us like 3 points, but still pretty good. Gives us some damage and life, so that's nice. The cluster setups, pretty standard. Unholy Grace, Unwavering Evil, Wicked Power is the same one I had on my Raider. For mediums, I use Brood of Potency and Flow Life on all of them. I could maybe improve one of them, but this is fine for now. And as jewels, I have Forbidden Flame and Forbidden Flesh. This gives us Quartz Infusion from the Raider, which is 40% spell suppression and phasing, which is kind of cool. So that fixes 2 issues in the build, like capping the spell suppression and also giving us phasing. We don't need to worry about that. Another jewel is this Watcher's Eye with Chaos Res and Damage Over Time multi. It was kind of expensive, but capping Chaos Res is also important, so I was happy to buy it. And another one is one of these new jewels, that which was taken. Now this fixes a couple of issues. Your hexes can affect hex plus enemies, which is pretty good, especially whenever we want to explode. So we could not explode without it. And also the fact that you can gain adrenaline for 4 seconds when you reach low life. And if you map with this character, you're kind of like permanently low life. If I press my flask, as you can see, adrenaline straight away. So it is pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. This league mechanic, like this fact that I can make a Pathfinder with acoustic explosions is insane. These charms are really overpowered. You can do all kind of crazy stuff with it, so it's pretty cool. This is the character. I don't know if you guys have any questions about it. Feel free to check out, like, go to the comments and ask them away. My POB will be in the description below. Or yeah, you can come by the stream at twitch.tv/games and ask questions there. I am planning to make this character like a bit stronger. I'm really curious. I did not POB a Mage Blood or a Headhunter in it. I'm curious how it will work when I will have the device for it. But for now, I'm really happy with how the character performs. Like, this is not the first iteration. I've been trying out all kind of stuff, as I was saying. I've been trying all kind of stuff over here for like 2 days. I even tried the Immutable Force, Blood Nudge combo over here. I tried a bunch of flasks. I did a bunch of Burial Chamber maps, and whenever I was not happy with something, I was trying to fix it somehow. And this is what I ended up with. As I'm saying, it is a Magic Find character, but it's not like the craziest. Like, as you can see, 52 quantity, 212 rarity, which is not the best, but I am really happy how it performs defensively, so I'm gonna stick to this one. Maybe I can get a Defiance of Destiny with quantity later on. I don't know. Definitely get better Ventors, so I could reach a bit higher quant, but this is it. Alright, this being said, thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you for being here. It does mean a lot. Keep walking, exiles. The next map awaits you.